Everybody loves Bruce, and everybody knows that the only chance we've got to save our state, because we're losing it. City's already gone. We'll get to that with Bruce. But the state is not far behind. The only way we save it, it's not with Hochul. It's with Bruce Blakeman. He's the guy. So here he is, my brother and dear friend, and the next governor here in New York, Bruce Blakeman. Bruce, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Sid. Everything's great. Listen, I like the analogy to Moses because I'm hoping you'll part the Red Sea for me. Or the Blue Sea, I should say. Make it the Red Sea.
Right. Make the Blue Sea the Red Sea. I like that. Now, you know what I mean? You're doing great. I know I kind of joked around last segment that when you and I hit the road together, people love us, but you are doing a great job. And I know that because I read the New York Post this morning, and you have now shaven, this is unbelievable, 22 points off of Kathy Hochul's initial 26-point lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bruce, but you are way ahead of even what Lee Zeldin was doing years ago, and he came very, very close.
Well, Lee ran a great race, but I have an advantage over Lee because when Lee ran 4 years ago, he was telling everybody all the bad things Kathy Hochul's going to do, and he was absolutely right. But he didn't have the evidence, the proof. I have the proof. We've got her 4-year record. We're last in economic outlook. That's a national embarrassment that the once great Empire State is number 50 out of 50 states in economic outlook. We're the most overtaxed states. Our electric bills are 70% higher than the national average. We've spent $11 billion of taxpayer money, between 8 and $11 billion of taxpayer money on illegal migrants who aren't New Yorkers, and people are really upset with her pro-criminal policies that make it less safe in our communities. So this is the perfect storm for the Democrats between Hochul and Mondami, who are both doing just a terrible job in running the state and the city. So we are in a virtual dead heat now, which means, look, if we're in a virtual dead heat now, we're going to win the election because Kathy Hochul's unfavorables are anywhere between 56 and 60%. That means 56 to 60% of the people just don't like her and don't think she's doing a good job. She's not going to come out of that. People want to change, and they know that I have a record of achievement. I know how to run a large organization, and I actually want to make New Yorkers happy again.
What you do so well, Bruce, I'm not just, blowing smoke up your butt or patronizing you, is while you point out all the things that she's done badly, and there's a lot of them, what you're able to do, you did this again yesterday, and really every time I watch you speak live or on Laura Ingraham or Maria Bartiromo or this show, is you tell everybody how you're going to fix it, right? I mean, we know, for example, that she's buying energy from Pennsylvania, even though she's got it right here in New York. And you say, no, we're going to make it happen right here in New York. You can list for me right now 6 or 7 things that you will do to fix this state. So, Bruce, take the floor.
Well, let's start out with energy policy. So Kathy Hochul is engaged in a scam. It's called the green energy scam, where every month when you pay your electric bill, you're paying a portion into a fund. She gets to decide where it's invested. It's invested in crazy science projects that produce very little energy. They're very costly, and you're paying for it. So from day one, the green energy scam is gone. Number 2, we have one of the largest natural gas reserves in the world here in New York State, and we don't extract that natural gas. In Pennsylvania, they do. That's why they drive brand-new Escalades in Pennsylvania. And on the New York side of the border, they're driving around 25-year-old rusted-out pickup trucks. And we could create such an incredible supply of natural gas energy that would increase the supply, bring down energy costs, end the green energy scam. I could easily cut utility bills in half. Then let's go to tax policy. We're the most overtaxed state in America, and Kathy Hochul and Zohran Mamdani, they have an insatiable thirst for raising revenue. They never cut spending. We have a spending problem, not a revenue problem. Our budget in New York State is twice that of the state of Florida, with 4 million more people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say your first $100,000 are exempt from tax. if you're a joint filer.
Wow.
If you're a single filer, your first $50,000 are exempt from state taxes. That's the way to stimulate the economy, put more money in people's pockets. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hire more state police. We are going to enforce laws that we need to change desperately. Cashless bail is a disaster. The HALT Act puts the prisoners in charge of our prisons. Raise the age gives gangs the opportunity to use minors to commit crimes because there's no consequences. Our state is in a death spiral, and I'm the pilot that can pull us out of it.
Bruce Blakeman, I love it, the pilot. So this question is maybe one you haven't heard yet. More difficult or easier, Bruce? More difficult or easier to run in this state now because you're running against two people, the governor, Kathy Hochul, but also the wretched, vile, America-hating, Jew-hating, Italian-hating, everybody-hating Mayor Mamdani. So is it more difficult because you're really running against two people, or easier because now you've got two examples of how badly a state can turn when they've got bad leadership?
Well, Kathy Hochul and Zohran Mamdani are one of the same. Kathy Hochul is completely subservient to Mamdani. He's running the Democratic Party now, and she dances to his tune. So, yes, I'm running against two people right now, but it's the perfect storm for the Democratic Party. This is a situation where you got two leaders, the leader of the state and the leader of the largest city in our state, who are monumental failures. And I'm pointing out to people that the obvious is that unless I win as governor, you're going to get 4 more years of Hochul and 3 more years of Mamdani, and they will destroy
probably 7 more years of Mamdani, to be honest.
Well, I don't know about that because people are starting to wake up and realize, hey, how did your free bus trip go? Instead of getting a free bus trip, didn't they get a fare hike on the buses?
Yes.
Okay.
Rents too. Rents in Manhattan. I know he's got. Yeah. Yep.
Congestion pricing. I talk to middle class people, not only in Manhattan but from the outer boroughs, who say, I got to spend all this money for the privilege to drive on a public road that I already paid for with my taxes. It's ridiculous. It's just another tax. So the taxes that they want to raise on property owners, middle-class property owners in Brooklyn and Queens and the Bronx, Staten Island. Zohran Mamdani says he wants to raise them 9.5%. Kathy Hochul's going to have to cave into him because he's running the Democratic Party. I'm not going to let our state government or the city government raise the property taxes of middle-class homeowners. That's the worst thing we can do. That'll make it less affordable. But they have no respect for property rights. They want to tax the inheritance of middle-class people so there'll be nothing left to leave to their kids and their grandkids. This has to stop, and I'm the guy to stop it.
You know, you've won 2 consecutive elections to win the Nassau County executive seat in a county that is mostly Democrat by big numbers. Anthony D'Esposito won there, too, not that long ago. Then you've got our mutual friend up in Rockland County, Mike Lawler. He's in the same situation, many more Democrats and Republicans. He always wins. So when people say, look, the numbers just don't bode well for Bruce, he can't win. What do you mean he can't win? I think you and Joe Carroll made this point yesterday. You've won with smaller Republican numbers. Mike Lawler wins with smaller Republican numbers. So even with the numbers and the odds against us, we've proven we can still win, no?
Well, that's because we get a vast majority of independent voters who lean our way because they have common sense and good judgment. And that's because we get common sense Democrats who come up to me every day, Sid. I had a woman come up to me the other day, 65 years old. I'm not telling you her age because I asked her. She told me, she said, I'm 65 years old. I'm a lifelong Democrat. I've never voted Republican in my life. I'm voting for you, Bruce, because my party is insane. That's the bottom line.
I'm so happy that people are doing things like that. And we've got examples, even Howard yesterday. He was standing right behind us, of people that have been lifelong Democrats. They can't do it anymore. They just can't do it anymore. Pat Russo checks in. Bring back qualified immunity for the cops. Get rid of the diaphragm law. NYPD are not the problem. It's the other folks. And Pat Russo happens to be right. I know you agree with that, Bruce Blakeman. I know you do. So you're all over the state. I think you're in Buffalo this morning. I think the weather turned out. I don't even know, to be honest. But, you know,
we missed our flight, unfortunately.
We did?
I'm very upset about it because I was going to meet a group of labor leaders up there. Paul Brown is the leader up there, and we missed it. Unfortunately, we've got a band of thunderstorms coming in, and they said we could probably get you up there, but we won't be able to get you back. And I've got Joe Cairo's big charity tonight, the Pat Cairo Family Foundation, that raises money for cancer research and Calvary Hospital. So I didn't want to miss that. And I have a fundraiser later today. So I got to get back up to Buffalo. I got to see those people in organized labor because they need help. I want to start apprentice programs in our community colleges for kids who may want to become a plumber, a carpenter, a sheet metal worker, an operating engineer. And, you know, these are the types of things where we can create good jobs with good benefits for our young people so they'll stay here in our state.
100%. Well, get the guy that drove me into your offices yesterday, Tom Sullivan. He's a pilot. He's got a plane. He'll fly you there. Get Tom.
Tom said no go today.
I know.
Tom said the weather's not good. You're not going.
You're not going. I know. On the way there, I know when I came into your offices yesterday, your beautiful office, you were having this big meeting with like 10 important people. And I broke the news to you. I said, you're not going, Bruce. You know, Chris Boyle was like, he's got to go. You're not going, Bruce. So by the time you were done, you weren't going. Let me get to the part of the campaign that's a little more difficult, and that is early on, you and I talked about name recognition around the state. There's been reports about money, how much money you guys have raised exactly. I know the real numbers, and they're very, very good. So some of the stuff that people talk about in terms of, I don't want to say criticizing the campaign, but saying things that you need to work on to ensure victory. Are any of these things concerns for you?
No, I get a lot of advice. Some of it's good. What I tell people now is we don't need advice. We need help. So make a contribution, volunteer, put a lawn sign up, make a list of people, make sure they get out to vote. Our campaign is doing very, very well. Think about how far we've come. We're in a virtual dead heat right now. And I'm very proud of something, Sid. You know how many views we got on social media just last month?
How many?
57 million.
Wow. Is that right?
So, yeah, we're probably in the top 5 campaigns in the United States right now on social media.
Huge.
So we're rocking and rolling. We're raising money. We need to raise a lot more. But the fact is that if you want to take back this state, if you want to get it out of the death spiral, if you want a place for your kids and your grandkids to grow up where there's opportunity and safe communities, go to BlakemanForNewYork.com, BlakemanForNewYork.com. We need your contributions. We need your help. Please volunteer. Put a lawn sign up. And like I said, get your friends and family off the couch and get them out to vote.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?